Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Mahan Field in Natick, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity baseball contest between the hosting Red Hawks of Natick High School and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. And folks, we got a treat here today. I am not alone on this broadcast. Joining me here as Brookline trying to ride the momentum off their season opening win on Monday. Joining me here is my color commentator, Brookline High sophomore Nico Wise. Nico, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me on today, Jesse. Always good to be here with you. Strong start to the season for the Warriors. I'd say pretty much a commanding 5-1 victory for the Warriors on Monday against Waltham. And, the Warriors look good, but against this Natick team, they got to bring the same energy they had. Last year, the Warriors went 1-1 against their matchup against Natick. But as you and I mentioned pregame, Brookline lost a lot of their seniors, and we thought maybe coming into the season that might affect them, but a strong start on Monday, that looks good for them. And Natick, this is your season opener for them. And last season, what you and I said, kind of a disappointment, going 3-17, not the way you want. But for Brookline, this might be a game that you can ride that momentum and get another victory. Start the season off 2-0.
All right, well, either way, whenever it's Brookline and Natick facing off, you know you're in for a show. You mentioned two thrilling contests between these two teams last year. They split the regular season series. We'll see what the first of their two matchups for this year looks like as this game soon to get underway. But for now, our sponsor for today's game once again is Esch Dental. Esch Dental is located right in Coolidge Corner. Book your next dental appointment with local dentist and BHS baseball parent Dr. Brandon Esch for the non-corporate personalized dentistry our community deserves. Call 617-566-0103 or go online to eschdental.com to find out more and book your appointment. Once again, 617-566-0103 or go online to easchdental.com to find out more. And you can see that link and phone number in the description section down below. PA announcer is starting to take charge here at Mahan Field. I'm not sure how well it'll come through on our mics, so I might just repeat some of the starting lineups that he announces here for the two teams coming up. All right, those were our starting lineups that you just heard. I'll recite them now. First, for hosting Natick, leading off, the center fielder, number 6, Luke Doherty. Batting second, the shortstop, number 22, Cam Gabriel. Batting third, the left fielder, number 10, Braden Homer. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 7, Alex Jocks. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 5, Jack Weirman. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 2, Jack Doucette. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 18, Henry Kinchla. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 16, Thurston Kiefer. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 4, Colby Ciavaro. And starting on the mound for Natick, not in the batting order, number 3, Max Bonavire. And the starting lineup for Brookline, leading off the second baseman, number 14, Hugh Bollinger. Batting second, the first baseman, number 9, Elias Brendel. Batting third, the shortstop, number 22, Jimmy DiPaolo. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 8, Felix Hom. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 23, Jonathan Mazzara. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Batting seventh and making his varsity pitching debut, number 18, Eli Hoffman. Batting eighth, the designated hitter making his varsity debut, number 24, Lincoln Hafner. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 5, Devin Chin. And not in the batting order, but playing left field today, number 25, Max Kaufman. As here comes our national anthem. All right, that was our national anthem. We're soon to get this one underway. We got our first note in the live chat today from one of our regular viewers, Peter QB24, saying hello from Uncle Peter from Denver, Colorado. Looking forward to another great summer of Brookline hardball. Uncle Peter, always great to see you tuning in. Hope you enjoy the broadcast here as part of the spring season. We're not quite at summer just yet, and the weather is letting us know that for sure, isn't it, Nico?
Yeah, sure doesn't feel like spring. We were talking earlier, the wind chill always makes it worse, and especially for baseball, when you're throwing a ball, the wind, definitely a big factor here. And
Yep.
Jesse, I don't know if you felt that, but I think I felt a raindrop. Which
Don't you dare. don't even think it. Don't even think it. No. You did not say that.
We hope not. We hope not.
You said nothing, sir. As the man with all the electrical equipment here, it is my official statement that you did not say that. But regardless of any forbidden precipitation possibilities, you're correct that it's quite chilly out here in the early days of the spring. Temperatures just over 40, and like you said, that wind chill drops that down like a rock. And that ball is going to feel like a rock, whether it's hitting glove, bat, or body part. It's going to sting just a little bit more, and it's going to make for an interesting game. And one important thing to watch, Brookline fans, compared to Monday's game against Waltham on a turf field, so not a lot of booted balls, not a lot of tricky bounces. But today we're playing on grass, a much more uneven surface. Grounders are going to be slower, but they're also going to be a little bit more wild. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the infielders handle that today. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, you said it off a hit, whether it's a high fly ball and it bounces, but you said, like, if that ball, as soon as that ball hits the grass, you know which way it's going. So these outfielders, but they just got to always keep your eye on the ball, which is honestly might be in favor of the batting team because, those balls can go anywhere.
Absolutely. And we'll see how Brookline handles that. Is coming up will be the top of their order. Hugh Bollinger, Elias Brendel, and Jimmy DiPaolo. As we see Natick's Max Bonavire arming up on the mound here for Natick. Last year, when these two teams faced off here at Mahan Field, it was the first of two regular season matchups, much like this year. They're doing it in the same order 2 years in a row. And last year, in the matchup here in Natick, Brookline came out with a thrilling win. Brookline jumped out to a 5-0 lead early in the game, but then Natick came back and flipped the script to take a 6-5 lead, and they took that lead into the 7th and final inning before Brookline put together a 5-run rally in the top of the 7th to get a 10-6 win. Natick, of course, getting payback on Brookline's turf later in the season, and we'll see how things go in the newest chapter of the Brookline-Natick rivalry. Leading off for the Warriors, the second baseman, number 14, Hugh Bollinger. Bollinger had a tough day at the plate on Monday against Waltham, went 0 for 4. We'll see how he handles things today. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1.
Yeah, patient there. We know Hugh, he's an aggressive pitcher, aggressive hitter, likes to go for those balls, but patient there, which is going to be key for Brookline here.
That one is in the zone for a strike, and you're right, Nico. Hugh usually a very aggressive swing at everything style hitter, but so far looking at the first two pitches. But he cracks at this one, sends it out to right, but it's going to be tracked and caught by Jack Weirman in right field for out number 1.
Yeah, Weirman right there. Hugh gets a decent contact, but just a high fly into right field, and Weirman right there, able to grab it right out of the air.
Yeah, just golfed that one a bit. So tough. Just got a little under it. Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Elias Brendel, as he takes ball 1 on his first pitch. Almost the antithesis of Bollinger's typical approach. Brendel, very patient, went 0 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored on Monday as he takes ball 2 there. And of course, as we said on Monday, Brendel led the team in walks last year.
Yeah, led the team in walks, and, he had a walk last game, but again, we were talking about the patience of Brookline and how that's going to be a factor this game. And again, right there, 2.
And that is ball 3 to Brendel. 3 straight misses for Bonavire. And that one in the zone, Brendel taking all the way. Almost made like he was going to swing like he had the green light, but I don't think he was ever thinking of swinging at that one. And he doesn't swing at that one either, as that's a high ball 4, and Brookline will have their first base runner of the day.
And like we were talking about, Jesse, gets the walk, doesn't swing, gets that easy walk, and you got a man on first.
5 pitches, he didn't swing at a single one.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Runner at first now batting the shortstop, number 22, Jimmy DiPaolo, as he takes strike 1 on the first pitch. DiPaolo had a strong day on Monday, 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs scored, as he now faces an 0-1 count. And they go for the pickoff move, but Brendel dives back. And interestingly, Nico, this is the second game in a row Brookline is facing a left-handed starting pitcher. And it presents such a challenge for any runner who's on first base, as you just saw. And we just see again as he makes another throw.
Yeah, I mean, you and I talking about earlier how Brookline has a knack and a good key idea for when to steal a base, but here 2 plays in a row he's thrown at first.
0-1 is still the count to DiPaolo. And he hits a bouncer. Shortstop fields it, just goes to first. And just barely by half a step gets DiPaolo. Good hustle down the line to make it a contest. And Brendel, a good jump from first to prevent any chance of a double play. So it'll be 2 down with a runner at second, as up comes the catcher, number 8, Felix Hom. Hom, of course, had the big RBI double in the first inning on Monday with 2 outs and a runner on. We'll see if he can deliver something big here as we got a meeting at the mound between pitcher and catcher.
Yeah, you were talking about Hom. Great RBI double last game. First big hit of the game for Brookline. But, last season, Hom had a hot start, but then kind of cooled off. So, kind of seeing, he had a big hit last game, trying to replicate that right here.
And fouls off that first one, strike one.
Yeah, he wanted that one. He wanted. You saw, he was chasing for it.
0-1 the count. And that one skips in the dirt, well blocked by the catcher, and it'll simply be ball one. If that had gotten past Alex Jacques behind the plate, then Brendel was going to take third base easily. That's going to be a high ball, too.
Yeah, Hom staying patient, waiting for that right ball. But, he's looking for it. He wants something. He wants to replicate that first hit that he had last game.
And that one inside the zone, strike two. Dropped just inside the strike zone that time. And now a 2-2 count with 2 outs and a runner at second here in the top of the first. And patient watch there from Hom as he takes that one high and in. A full count with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. We're being treated to a show right from the jump here, Nico.
Yeah, all you got to think, if you're going for this, you got to commit and get contact on it. Even if it's a foul ball, you'll still have another chance, but you can't swing and miss. You got to get some contact on this.
And he heard you, sends that one out to center, but it is another can of corn in the outfield. And that will end the top of the first. The center fielder, Luke Doherty, making that catch for out number 3.
Yeah, we were talking about not letting balls hit the ground, but if you can catch them out of the air, kind of negates all of that.
So Brookline gets 1 runner on, gets him to second, but no further. And so we move to the bottom of the first with no score. Coming up for Natick will be the top of their order, Doherty, Gabriel, and Homer. As making his varsity pitching debut will be number 18, Eli Hoffman. He made his overall varsity debut on Monday at first base for Brookline. Got both his first hit and his first RBI with 1 swing of the bat in, I think it was the 5th inning on Monday.
Yeah.
And also had a solid day at first. Had one nice stretch grab on a close play in the infield. And we'll see what he can do here. And it's going to be lefty against lefty, a bit of a rare treat here. And, of course, we were talking before the game, Nico, about how a different Nico Rabiner, made an impressive varsity debut on the mound on Monday. With 4 shutout innings to get that win against Waltham. We'll see what Hoffman has to offer here against Natick.
Yeah, definitely. You said it perfectly there. Nico Rabiner had a great varsity debut, and Eli Hoffman trying to replicate his buddy here. But, Brookline, this is where if you're not getting anything on your batting side, you got to be great defensively. And we saw on Monday that was a strength for them. They were able to, if anything went into deep field, they were able to get it out of the air. And, they only allowed 1 run, which for baseball is pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. And, like we said, the key is going to be defense. And, on a grass field, it's a little bit more challenging for fielders than on turf. So we'll see how they handle that challenge compared to that Waltham game. And it's going to start right here, leading off for Natick, the center fielder, number 6, Luke Doherty.
A lot of lefties, Jesse. A lot of lefties.
So many lefties. All the lefties. First pitch from Hoffman is in the dirt for ball 1.
Little low, but Doherty good not to reach for that.
And sails that one, and Hoffman seems to be struggling a bit with his control to start this one. You know, sometimes at the start of the game, it can take a little bit to work the jitters out.
Yeah, I think he's just a little overcompensated. First ball was in the ground. Now second ball is over. See if he can get one right down the middle. A little bit to the right, though.
And he does get that one into the zone for strike 1. That was a bit of a Goldilocks set of pitches, wasn't it? The first one was too low. The second one was too high. The third one was just right. 2-1, the count to Doherty. He shows bunt, but pulls back. And it does miss, ball 3. It's a strategy that hitters sometimes employ. They show bunt just to rattle the hitter. Or wait, did they just hold up 2-2? Did I miscount that? I might have miscounted that. Let's see what happens on this pitch. No, I didn't. Oh, wait.
No.
Wait. Okay, that was I didn't miscount the count, but Doherty misread what the pitch was because it was called a strike, said he got the outside corner, so the count is full now to Doherty.
See if he can get to first base here. Trying to get contact, but as we said, just get contact on that bat if you want to keep this thing alive.
It doesn't have to get contact when it misses the strike zone. That's going to be ball 4, and Natick will get a leadoff walk.
Elias Brendel-esque getting the walk early in the game, you know. Good strategy here. I mean, no need to chase balls early in the game. Take your walks, take your fouls.
And get that pitch count up.
Yeah.
Now batting for Natick, the shortstop, number 22, Cam Gubiel. Big swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, good pitch there for Hoffman. Just got it a little over the bat.
It'll be interesting to see how Doherty handles the situation at first with a lefty pitcher. As this one is popped up, going to stay in the infield. And it's going to be caught by Bollinger for out number 1.
Yeah, Bollinger good to get there, claim it out of the air.
And a nice 2-pitch at bat. If you're the defense, you definitely like that one. 1 down, runner at first. Now coming up the left fielder, number 10, Braden Homer. First pitch going to come in high for ball 1.
Yeah, Jesse, you and I were talking about, you know, for a debut varsity pitcher, getting the jitters out in your first stop at the mound is little difficult, but Hoffman handling it pretty well.
As he gets a swing and a miss there for strike 1. As he's now got a 1-1 count with 1 down. Brought the breaking ball for the strike there as that one dipped into the zone, strike 2. A good mix of pitches. We've seen a certain amount of his fastball, but he works in the breaking ball for that one. 1-2, the count to Homer.
Keeping that eye on Doherty, and there he goes.
Low pitch for a ball, throw down to second, not in time, and Luke Doherty with the aggressiveness on the base paths.
Yeah, and DePaulo was there, but ball just came to him a little late. Doherty saw him coming off. He really wanted that, but Hoffman had a good eye keeping on him, so he wasn't able to do it pre-play. And there he is sneaking off again.
Yeah, but still got a great break towards the bag, and it wasn't like it was against a high fastball, because when you're a catcher, the ideal pitch coming to you when you want to throw out a base-stealing runner is a high fastball. And that one was like a low-dipping breaking ball. That's the worst kind of pitch to get if you're trying to throw someone out. 2-2 the count. And that breaking ball hits the corner for strike 3. And Eli Hoffman has the first strikeout of his varsity career.
Yeah, good there from Hoffman. He seemed excited. Teammates got huge factor for them, and they're cheering him on the sideline there. I think it's giving Hoffman some energy here. 2 outs here. Let's see if he's able to escape the first inning, not allowing any runs.
With 2 down and a runner at second, up comes the catcher, number 7, Alex Jacques. And that one gets away from the catcher, and Doherty is going to take third on the wild pitch.
Yeah, we were talking about it. 2 outs here. See, big part in Brookline's game plan here, just closing out these innings, not allowing any cheap runs at the end of the inning with 2 outs. See if he's able to get another strikeout here, get a second of his varsity career.
And that one is fouled up the third base line for strike 1.
A decent contact there, just little low for him.
Yeah, it seemed like he was a little out in front of it and might have gotten jammed a little bit inside.
Yeah.
1-1 the count. Ooh, that one hit his foot.
Oh.
Dead ball. Wow, that's the first time I've ever seen a hit by pitch be favorable for the defense. Because if that ball was not dead, if that hadn't hit Jacques' foot, then it would have been a wild pitch and Doherty would have come in with the game's first run. But instead, it'll be runners at the corners with 2 down for the right fielder, number 5, Jack Weirman.
Yeah, kind of a almost lose-lose scenario, but I think they got the better end of the losing stick there.
And now, Coach Brendan O'Connor coming out onto the mound, calling the whole infield in to talk with Eli Hoffman as he tries to get out of the jam. Now runners at the corners with 2 down, and he's had a few pitches kind of get away from him. So I do like the timing of this. Get the guy to settle him down, settle down your young pitcher so he can lock in and, like you said, Nico, get himself out of the inning.
Yeah, you said it, man on third and first here, but I think as you said, it's smart. Just calm your pitcher down, especially being his debut at the mound. See if he's able to get out of here.
And I just noticed we got a courtesy runner at first for Jacques, as that pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. We got number 12 running in place of Jacques.
Yeah, 12. That'll be Jesse Gagarlodi. Sorry for mispronouncing the last name there.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. You gave it the old college try. Mind if I see?
Yeah.
Jesse Gagliardi. 1-1 is the count to Weirman.
Some of those Italian last names throw me for a whirl.
That one dips just below the zone. Hom trying to frame the pitch a bit, but no dice there. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, 2-2 count here. See if you can get another strike here. Finish off this inning. But Jesse, I'd say pretty solid inning.
As
for Hoffman.
You can't count your chickens until you get 3 outs. Runner goes, and that's going to miss for ball 3. Count is full. Gagliardi allowed to take second unopposed. As Brookline focused on the man at the plate. Swing and a miss. Huge strikeout from Eli Hoffman to get out of the jam in his first inning.
Yeah, great there from Hoffman. Just another one of those nice fastballs. Got him going for a whirl. And Brookline gets out of the first 0-0, but they're in a tough scenario, man on third and second, but Hoffman stays calm, cool, and collected, gets a strike, keeps the game tied up at 0.
And so at the end of 1, we have no score here at Mahan Field. Got some more notes in the live chat from some more of our regulars. From Barbara Joe Metzger saying, "Go Brookline," from Grandma in Buffalo, New York. "Miss my lefty, Keenan Sawada, too, but he is now playing club baseball at Syracuse University." And also sends a hello out to Peter Q. And then Cheryl Bollinger saying the Bollinger grandparents in San Diego are tuned in. Happy to see we've got our committee of baseball grandmas tuning in for this one. Always love to see you guys tuning in. Off to a good start so far. Remember that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Esch Dental. You can find their information down in the description section down below. You can also find a link where you can donate money to the At Bat for Brookline Booster Club, the official booster club of Brookline High Baseball. And you can also see a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight today, the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in our community. Among the foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School. Over 10 years, this scholarship fund has raised about $1.5 million for graduating BHS students, and your help is crucial to supporting those Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442 to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. All that information in the description section down below. As we start things off here on the top of the second, leading off for Brookline is the third baseman, number 23, Jonathan Mazzara. He's facing a 1-1 count so far. Takes that one in the dirt for ball 2. Sorry, our Wi-Fi briefly cut out for a second there. And if you're worried about any important plays being cut out due to Wi-Fi, don't be. I am always recording these at the same time that I live stream them. But for now, a 3-1 count to Mazzara.
Yeah, good here for Mazzara. 3-1 count here. Hold this pitch. See if you can get a walk here. Get a man on first.
And not that time. That one catches the corner. Got a full count here. And Mazzara, who went 2 for 3 with a bases-loaded walk on Monday. We'll see how he handles the payoff pitch. Takes it in the dirt for ball 4.
Yeah, had a single to left field last game, but he'll get on first here with a walk here. Always take it, but
now batting the center fielder and older brother of today's Brookline pitcher, number 15, Owen Hoffman. And a pickoff to check on Mazzara, and he dives back safe. Again, you got to just watch out for lefty pitchers because they can make those pickoff throws so fast.
Yeah, totally. I mean, both these teams have left-handed pitchers here, so kind of an even matchup.
First pitch fouled off by Hoffman.
Oh.
For strike 1. Did that hit a car?
Oh, almost hit a bystander in the...
Ooh.
Always got to be careful with these high school fields. Never know. Car passing by, ball, tip ball. Never know.
And that's another attempted pickoff. Mazzara dives back safe. And yeah, this field always makes me nervous because it's right next to a running street. Here we got West Street right behind us. As that one misses to the outside for ball 1. Hoffman on Monday, 1 for 3 with a hit by pitch and 2 RBI. As we got another pickoff throw, and Mazzara's got to be careful. That one, he was a little slower to jump back to the bag, but thankfully the throw was a little slower.
Yeah, he's at 3. He's had to jump back to the bag, and each 3 have got increasingly scarier, more risky for this Brookline team here. I mean, that one, almost a 50-50, Jesse. I don't know. I think he got his hand on the bag there, but you never know.
1-2 now the count as Hoffman fouled that one to the backstop. And Bonavire takes a beat off the rubber to reset. And a check swing foul Good defensive hitting by Hoffman there. He got fooled on the low pitch, but he managed to get a piece of it and stay alive.
Yeah. Staying alive here, always important. 0 outs, but, you know, not always having the chance to save one is always more important.
And the at-bat continues as he takes a low inside ball 2. 2-2 the count. Runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the second. Scoreless game. And good eye there as that one comes in high for ball 3. Hoffman having battled his way to a full count here.
And Mazzara not shying away from stealing a base.
But doesn't have to, as Hoffman, wow, that was such a close pitch, but Hoffman with nerves of steel to hang in there and draw the second straight walk for Brookline, and that is going to bring out the Natick coach and bring in their whole infield, similar to what we saw with Eli Hoffman in the bottom of the first when he started to get into a jam. Coach comes out just as control is starting to become a bit of a problem, try and settle the young man down.
And speaking of Eli Hoffman, he's up to bat.
That is correct. I got to say, as the sentimental fool that I am, I love that they've got the two brothers batting back-to-back in the batting order. They had the same order on Monday. I love getting to say Hoffman at the plate with Hoffman on deck.
Yeah, the brotherly love the Brookline coaches are giving them. It's nice here.
First and second, Eli Hoffman, the pitcher for Brookline, stepping to the plate. Shows bunt, but pulls back as that one comes in low, and a brief throw down to first by Jacques. But Owen Hoffman gets back just in time. He was kind of leisurely jogging back to the bag, and Jacques was like, let's see if I can sneak one. But gets back safe. We'll see if he shows bunt again. This might be a sacrifice strategy here. Shows it again, pulls it back again, but this time in the zone, strike one. Always so interesting to see the strategy when this comes out. You can see the corner infielders pulled in on the edge of the infield grass, ready to jump in if the bunt gets laid down. Oh, but he doesn't even show bunt that time as it comes in high. Because that's the thing. One of the other things, if you're showing bunt, it makes the pitcher more prone to miss the zone by a lot. To try and induce a bad bunt that might be a pop-up or something. And a pickoff throw to second, and Mazzara manages to scoot his way back.
I mean, one of the things for pitchers is, you always got to think, gotta have good balls, gotta have good pitches, but gotta have a good eye. I mean, there's been, I'd say, almost 10 almost stolen bases. Oh, watch out.
As Hoffman fouls that one out of play. The count is now 2-2. So bunt's pretty much out the window here. Remember, folks, if you foul off a bunt with 2 strikes, that's a strikeout. And he hits a slow dribbler to first, stabbed at, and just going to tag first to get the batter, but that's as good as a sacrifice bunt. He advanced the runners, and now Brookline with just 1 out. They've got 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, same situation Natick was in, except Brookline only at 2. They got a man on third and a man on second here. And, Hoffner looking to get a man home for the first run of the game for Brookline.
First pitch is low. The Brookline designated hitter, number 24, Lincoln Hafner, making his first varsity plate appearance here today. And in a very big situation with 2 in scoring position as he takes a high ball 2 there. Mazzara at third, Owen Hoffman at second, 2-0, the count to Hafner. Slices that one foul and towards West Street. And it'll be a 2-1 count. So one thing I'm happy about with this job, if there's not a million things I'm happy about with getting to do this job, I love that I get to get here before the games, and I'm not one of those poor drivers driving down the road and all of a sudden a baseball bounces in front of you.
I mean, if you're not a local here and you're driving by and you see a ball flying out of the air, it's got to be a little scary as a driver. I mean, being a public street, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Just a little bit. And Hafner launches one deep out to left. Left fielder backtracking. He's going to grab it, but Mazzara is going to tag and head for home. And Lincoln Hafner with the sac fly to left drives in his first career RBI.
Yeah, great. I mean, high fly to left field, but as you said, almost a sacrifice play. They get the run in, and Brookline's up 1 here. And let's see if they can continue this momentum. I mean, 2 outs, so can't play super aggressive, which is Brookline team. Some of the players do, some don't, but just, I mean, I'd say here for Brookline, this is looking pretty nice here. And you got Chin coming up at the bottom of this Brookline batting roster. See if he's able to replicate something. Got a man on second.
First pitch is in there for strike 1. Devin Chin, the right fielder, number 5, went 0 for 4 at the plate on Monday. Now up with 2 down, and Owen Hoffman still at second. And he hits a dribbler over to short. Shortstop charging in. Throw to first is not in time. Devin Chin, the speedster, up the first base line. And for anyone who's watched that young man play, you know that, honestly, there was no other way he was going to get his first career varsity hit than by getting an infield single. As soon as I saw that slow roller, I was like, he's going to make that. He's so fast.
I mean, people think of baseball as kind of a lazy man sport, but, I mean, that just shows speed is still so important for baseball. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd say he probably had half a second to a second of extra time, and some players might not be able to get there, but great there from Chin, the speed.
Now we cycle back to the top of the order with the second baseman, number 14, Hugh Bollinger at the plate. You can see Chin kind of dancing off of first base as in a good position to steal with runners at the corners.
Yeah, Bonavard, got to be wary here, the speedster on first.
And that one is going to catch the outside corner for strike 1. Hugh Bollinger still looking for his first hit of the year and in a good spot to deliver something if he can get it, as he hits a bouncer foul up the third base side for strike 2.
Yeah, super close here. I mean, Jesse, you and I talked about Hugh, aggressive swinger, and we saw it there. I mean, he didn't chase it, but, you know, being an aggressive swinger that he is, that was not a bad ball, but 1-2 count here for Hugh.
Hits a dribbler. This is going to be in play. Third baseman charges in to get it. Throw to first. Is not going to get there. Too high. Bollinger gets safe. He gets the infield hit, and in to score is Owen Hoffman.
Yeah, not to mention Chin getting out to third. This is pretty much a dream scenario here for Brookline, but 2 outs here. Got to be wary if you're Brendel here. Got to get something. Got a man on third, just trying to get Chin home.
Welcome to high school baseball, where small ball rules the day. Brookline with back-to-back infield singles, one of them for driving in a run. And the first pitch to Elias Brendel is low for ball 1.
Yeah, low pitches here for Bonavar, but see if he's able to get some strikes here. Brendel just trying to get contact here, get Chin home, so he can make it 3-0 for Brookline here in the second.
Or even perhaps draw another free pass like he did in his first plate appearance and load the bases potentially for the heart of the order. He's going to take that one for strike 1. This is now 8 pitches that Brendel has looked at, hasn't taken a swing yet.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Brendel just having a great eye for the ball, not swinging if it's not right, and stolen base for Bollinger there. Gets out to second.
Unopposed, as that was a low ball 3 to Brendel. We saw it last inning with Natick getting to take second. When you got runners at the corners, that's an easy base to take. 3-1 the count. A hitter's count to Brendel with 2 in scoring position. Let's see what he does here.
I mean, baseball, not the sport you really can assist much in, but Brendel's doing as close enough as you can to having an assist in baseball, getting Bollinger up on that second base. And hopefully here, get a little treat, see if he can get a walk here.
And not on that pitch as he barely gets a piece of it. Stays alive with a full count. And boy, all these tight innings to start. A runner has gotten to scoring position in every inning so far, and now this one, 2 runs in already for Brookline. Runners second and third, full count, 2 outs. And Brendel takes ball 4, and it's going to be bases loaded with 2 down here in the top of the second. As back to the plate comes the shortstop, number 22, Jimmy DiPaolo.
Yeah, always a treat here. 2 outs, full bases loaded. Jimmy DiPaolo on the.
And he takes a big cut at that one, but just catches air. Strike 1. DiPaolo, his last time up, grounded out to short. He's hoping to do something to move the runners here. And a brief step off the rubber for Bonavire.
Bonavera got to be careful here. Can't allow anything.
And that one bounces away, and he does allow something. And what he allows is a wild pitch run as the speedster Devin Chin comes home.
Chin's first hit of the season gets a run. And Brookline now up 3-0. And Bonavera got to be wary here. I mean, this could get ugly. I mean, we're only at the top of the second. Looking at close to maybe 6 possible runs here.
And that pitch, did they say he went around? I couldn't tell. I think they said he did.
Yeah, I think so. Extended a little too much there.
1-2 the count. Runners at second and third, 2 down, a 3-0 lead for Brookline. And DiPaolo reps one down the left field line, and just foul.
So close there. Bollinger wanted that. You say he was a little over halfway to the home plate, but just a little outside on that left side. But got to be wary here.
You might even say it was just a bit outside. DiPaolo lifts this one into right.
High flying should be easy here.
And it is another can of corn. But Brookline puts 3 on the board with no outfield base hits. 0 outfield base hits. Here's how it went. And you know what, Nico? I love that you got to see that inning because this is a perfect introduction for you on how high school baseball differs so much from the pros and like D1 college and stuff like that. Walk, sacrifice ground out to first to move the runners, sac fly, infield single, walk, fly out. And they put 3 runs on the board with that and a wild pitch in there too.
I mean, yeah, and almost possibility if Jimmy DiPaolo had something there, could have gone ugly there. Almost could have been 5 or 6-0. I mean, it's really interesting how high school baseball, even from varsity, differs from, I mean, even college. I mean, you and I were talking earlier about how it's a rarity and a treat almost if you see a home run happen. You said in your 4-year career of covering, you've seen
4 years.
How many?
I've seen 1 Brookline home run in through my first 4 years, hit by class of 2024 graduate Charlie Engelman last year at Newton North. But you know, that to me just makes it such an interesting, different flavor of baseball from when you watch MLB, because it's like you can, execute on the little things, the smaller type of plays, and they make such a big difference at this level. 3-0, Brookline leads as we move to the bottom of the second. Due up will be Doucette, Kinchla, and Kiefer, the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Starting off will be the designated hitter number 2, Jack Doucette. We got another note in the live chat from another one of our baseball grandmas, from Mary Walker, saying, "Go Brookline," from Grandma in Groton, New York. Also watching is the Hoffman boys' great-grandpa in Milwaukee. So we got him tuning in from all over today, as that first pitch from the younger Hoffman is going to be ball one.
Yeah, and that was a close one. You could see the Brookline bench arguing with the ump about that, but I think that was just a little outside.
Yeah. The one thing I always say is, like, we're all looking at it from a side view. Like, none of us are looking at it straight on, and we think we know what's a ball and what's a strike from this angle. You can't tell.
Yeah, it's a game of centimeters here in baseball.
This is a bouncer over to third, fielded clean by Mazzara. Throw to first, stretches Brendel off the bag, and Doucette is going to reach on the E5.
Yeah, just a little wide right, and Brendel just not able to get there, has to extend out and get that before he can get back to the bag. And, you know, pretty decent start here for Natick. I mean, you got to get some runs here, down 3.
Now batting the first baseman, number 18, Henry Kinchla. First pitch is low for ball one. Uh-oh. Hey, Nico, can you say something for me? Nuts. Nico's mic just cut out. Hold on, folks. I'm going to be wrestling with this a bit as I continue to narrate the action. That one is in the zone for strike one. Nico, just keep talking for me, and we'll see it.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello. 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 Hello.
That one is strike two.
Hello. There from Hoffman. Hello.
Okay,
Hello.
I think we got you back. That was perfect timing, right as you were calling that pickoff attempt. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties, but we managed to work our way through it, and it didn't take that long, which I appreciate, certainly. So 1-2, the count to Kinchla. As that one curves in and is in the zone for strike three.
Yeah, beautiful there from Hoffman, able to close out that batter, get him out here, and good from Hoffman there, able to get the first out of this bottom of the second inning.
And it'll be one out and runner at first as up comes the third baseman, number 16, Thurston Kiefer. That pitch is going to be low for ball one. Doucette taking a sizable lead off first, but Hoffman focusing on the batter for now as he delivers strike one there.
Yeah, we were talking about those leadoffs being so helpful. We saw last inning Hugh able to get a nice runoff off first to go into second. See if he's able to do this here.
And that one is fouled off. That'll be strike two. And one thing that's so fascinating to watch is, when pitchers just try and throw off the timing of the runner's jump, just pause and hold with the ball in your hands, ready to throw the pitch, not even doing anything, just standing there while the runner's like, okay, when does he start his delivery? When do I, jump if I'm taking off? As that one is fouled off. See, it's just such complex mind games between a pitcher and a base runner on first.
Yeah, totally.
1-2 is the count to Kiefer. That one high and away, ball two.
Yeah, 2-2 count here. Pretty good scenario here for Brookline, but got to get something out here.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Eli Hoffman. And that's 4 Ks through the first 1.2 innings of his varsity pitching career.
Yeah, replicating his buddy Nico Rabiner, both both sophomore pitchers in their first opening games looking pretty nice through two.
Well, he's not quite through two yet, but he's 1 out away as he throws strike one to the number 9 hitter for Natick, the second baseman, number 4, Colby Ciavaro. That pitch inside for ball one. And you mentioned the comparison to Nico Rabiner from Monday. What was so interesting, Rabiner 4 shutout innings, but only 2 strikeouts through those 4. Meanwhile, Eli Hoffman, he's not even through 2 innings, and he's already doubled up that strikeout total. Just so many different pitching styles.
Yeah, we're also talking about just the versatility of this Brookline defense, being able to back up, only 2 strikeouts. Not the best, but having a team backing you up in that outfield is very helpful.
2-1, the count to Ciavaro. Doucette at first, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. And that one catches the low inside corner for strike 2. Hoffman's starting to go corner painting here as he sets it up with a 2-strike count.
2-2 count here, looking to close out, but gotta be wary of Duche. He's running.
And he hits one out to right center, but the older Hoffman backs up his younger brother to chase that one down and end the inning.
Yeah, brotherly love, brotherly helpfulness right there.
And at the end of 2, our score, the Brookline High Warriors 3, the Natick High Red Hawks 0.
Yeah, Brookline, great second inning there. Got 3 runs, almost had a couple more, but just a little too short there. But Brookline, seeing if they're able to replicate that for their second inning there, get some more runs on the board, and make this game chaseable, maybe unchaseable here for Natick.
And now, during this break between the second and third innings, I'd like to take a moment to once again thank our sponsor for today, Esh Dental. Do you have a tooth that just doesn't look right in photos, too far out, too far back, or one that just all out prevents you from showing that smile at all? The team at Esh Dental has everything you need to get that smile perfectly aligned. Their average Invisalign case lasts about 9 months, and the treatment is practically invisible compared to metal braces. Adults and teens alike get their teeth straightened and their bites aligned with Esh Dental. And you can see all the information for Esh Dental down in the description section down below, along with information about the at-bat for Brookline Booster Club and our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Community Foundation. Meanwhile, for Brookline, as we get ready for the top of the third, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for Brookline, Ham, Mazzara, and Owen Hoffman. Ham, his last time up, flew out to center field to end the first inning. Now leading off here in this one.
Yeah, Ham trying to replicate his early 2-out RBI in the game on Monday. A little slow start in the first inning, but just trying to replicate that.
Takes the first one low for ball 1. That one is also going to miss ball 2. This one's a hard grounder, but right at the shortstop, fielded cleanly, thrown to first. And a nice stretch by the first baseman as that one was getting close. But Ham is going to be out on the 6-3 ground out.
Yeah, I mean, good for Natick there being able to get that ball. But if that was even an inch more to the right, I think Ham would have had the first base there. And I think Brookline here being up 3 here, there's no need to chase any bad swings. Take your time and get your bats.
That's going to be a grounder to third, and Jonathan Mazzara grounds out for the second out of the inning. A quick 1-pitch out for Bonavire that time. Now coming up with 2 down here in the top of the third, the center fielder, excuse me, he was left field on Monday, center field today, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Takes the first pitch for strike one.
Yeah, good patience there. Able to back off. Saw the pitch was going out for a foul. Yeah, and pretty good there.
And that one's going to be a high ball one, as he tried to go breaking ball into fastball, see if he could fool Hoffman, but Hoffman able to read that second pitch. Slice this one foul up the right field side, strike two. And if that one had been a little bit to the left, it would have been like perfectly placed between infield and outfield.
On a little bit more to the right, and it would have hit us. So
that's true. That's true. 2-2 now. The count to Hoffman. Slices this one. That's going to go out of play towards the street. And die just a little bit short of the street that time. Nice and safe for the drivers.
Yeah, but good here from Hoffman, wearing down these pitchers. We're talking about in the second being able to just run through your lineup and just wear out these pitchers, and Hoffman's doing a pretty good job here.
And he is continuing the battle as he takes a low and inside ball three, works to a full count for the second at-bat in a row. Hard swing, and it's taken off one hop by the third baseman, thrown to first. He dropped it, but did he pick it up in time? No, it was off of the bag, and Hoffman reaches safely on the E3.
Yeah, right in front of us. Hoffman knew it, told the ump there. He knew that he dropped it, and good here from Brookline getting here on first base, but now his brother, Eli, up on the base.
Eli Hoffman, his last time up, got a ground out to first, but about as good a ground out to first as you can get as he moved runners to second and third to set up the sac fly by Lincoln Hafner, and he gets beamed. First pitch, and now we've got two Hoffmans on the bags, as coming up now, the designated hitter number 24, Lincoln Hafner. Now, yeah. Hafner can't make things happen with a sac fly this time with two outs as he slices that one and it gets sick. It got stuck in the backstop. I've never seen that happen. It straight up just stuck there. That is funny. 0-1 the count to Hafner here. Slices this one foul and out of play. Quick 0-2 count. That one bouncing into the street.
Whew, nearly dodges that car. Driver's got to be wary out there. But Hafner got to be good here. Got a man on first and a man on second. Just trying to maybe get it to bases loaded, but just trying to get a run here.
And manages to foul that one off and stay alive. You know, you talk, Nico, about how close Brookline is to a potential run here, but Natick is just one strike away from getting out of this jam with no runs allowed. Just makes for such a tight situation. That one comes in low for ball one.
Yeah, I was gonna say it before, but 0-2 count, highest percentage, as you mentioned last game, highest percentage of getting out. So for a pitcher here, it can't get super risky.
And he lifts this one out to left. If it stays fair, it stays fair. Owen Hoffman is coming in from second. Eli Hoffman holds at third. Lincoln Hafner, his first varsity career hit is a two-out RBI double as he drives in 2 runs in his first 2 career plate appearances.
Great there from Hafner. 2 outs. Like, that's just a great scenario. Being ice cold there. Great hit there. Gets 1 home, and you got the brother Eli on third. One thing to just be wary about, I saw on the run back, looks like Owen Hoffman, I don't know if he hit something, but had like a limp in a couple of his runs, which not good, not something nice you want to see, but hope that was just something he was landing on.
And now at the plate with runners at second and third and 2 down, the right fielder, number 5, Devin Chin, takes strike 1 there. Hits a bouncer over to second, fielded cleanly, thrown to first, and that will end the inning, but Brookline is able to tack on one more run with Lincoln Hafner again coming through in a big way. Boy, you talk about a start to a varsity career. First plate appearance, a sac fly to drive in the game's first run. Second plate appearance, a double down the left field line to drive in another run. What a day so far for the Brookline DH.
Yeah, can't ask for more. I mean, two great plays that have led to a couple runs here. But let's see if Eli Hoffman and this Brookline defense, who's been very strong to start off the season, is able to hold off Natick from getting any runs here.
Yeah, you absolutely nailed it there, Nico, because I talked about it a bit on Monday, but that's the tough thing about defense is it doesn't matter how many, good rounds you put in if you don't finish the job, because all it takes is one, bad sequence, and all of a sudden all that shows up is the amount of runs you allowed on the scoreboard. Right now it's a 0 for Brookline, but one bad inning could turn that from a 0 into something much worse.
Totally. And kind of adding on about what we were talking about how hard having home runs, especially in high school baseball. But with this, I think Brookline's doing a great job staying compact between their basemen and their outfielders, which is allowing not a lot of stolen runs, but also just not a lot of runs if there's an out fly ball and it lands. They're able to get it to the bases pretty quickly.
We got a helpful note in the live chat from Peter QB saying the audio is cutting out every 10 seconds or so for about 1 second. Thank you for letting me know, Peter. The audio is acting up today. Sometimes, during the outdoor season, you get the static in the air or something. Something just messes with my audio equipment, but I'm going to do my best to manage it here as we start the bottom of the third. Eli Hoffman starting his third inning of work here today as we're back to the top of the Natick order with the center fielder, number 6, Luke Doherty. First pitch, it's a bouncer past Hoffman. Got past Bollinger, and Doherty is going to reach on the E4.
Yeah, Jesse, first time we're really seeing this, but we were talking about how the grass has definitely a different change about how the ball flies. And we saw both times bounced over Eli Hoffman's glove and Hugh Bollinger's glove, and allows Doherty to get on first.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 22, Cam Gobiel. First pitch is in there for strike 1. So Doherty has now reached base twice today, on the walk back in the first inning and now on a reach on error. As this pitch to Gobiel is low for ball 1. Gobiel, his last time up, popped out to second. And a pickoff throw as the runner dives back.
Yeah, Hoffman doing a good job keeping his eye on Doherty. See, he's trying to get out to second, but Eli Hoffman's keeping a watchful eye on him.
He was able to steal second his last time on the bases, so Brookline's going to be wary of him. As this pitch also comes in low for ball 2. And that's a pressure that stays there, until either the inning ends or you get him out. As that one also going to miss for ball 3. And Hoffman's got to be careful not to let that pressure get to him and keep, focused on getting the outs in front of him. Swing and a miss there. Count now full at 3-2.
Yeah, see if he's able to get out of this. It's going to be tough here. If maybe you're going to man on first and a man on second, but full count here. Let's see what Hoffman's able to do.
And not this time. He misses ball 4. And so we're going to have 2 on to start the bottom of the third. Tough start for the Warriors is now coming up the left fielder, number 10, Braden Homer. And the sun's starting to go down, or maybe some clouds rolling in or sun. It feels like it's getting a little darker and a little colder.
Well, with the wind chill, you never know.
This one popped up in the air, going to stay in the infield, and Brendel is under it for an easy 1-pitch out. And now, with 1 out, runners at first and second, up comes the catcher, number 7, Alex Jacques. Jacques, his last time up, got hit by a pitch. His courtesy runner stole second, but was left stranded. First pitch, and he rips it out to left. Tracked down in left field, but coming around third to score is Luke Doherty, as Alex Jacques delivers the RBI single to put the Red Hawks on the board.
Yeah, Jacques, a powerful swing there, and it gets Doherty getting that first run for Natick, and Natick not letting this game get out of hand. They've got two on the bases right here, man on first and a man on second. See what they're able to do here.
Gagliardi once again coming in to run, as coming to the plate now, number 5, Jack Weirman, the right fielder. First pitch in the zone, strike 1. Weirman went down on strikes to end the first inning, his last time up, leaving 2 runners stranded in scoring position that time. That pitch is going to be high for ball 1. Got a little bit of action going in the Brookline bullpen with the first run allowed of the game, and still a tough situation with 2 runners on. That one fouled off, strike 2. 1-2 the count to Weirman.
Yeah, this would be a big confidence booster if Hoffman's able to get a strikeout here, make it a 2-out game right here with a man on first and a man on second.
Runners taking off for third. It's a high ball. Throw it onto third is not in time, and both runners are going to steal. Aggressive moves on the base paths by the Red Hawks, and it pays off as Gobeil steals third, and Gagliardi, with the distraction, he takes second.
Yeah, Weir didn't get the best contact there, but definitely an assist to his teammates.
That one also going to miss. Ball 3. So now a full count with 1 out and 2 in scoring position. The tying run is at the plate here in the bottom of the third.
Chance for a little bases loaded here for Natick.
Hits a hard bouncer off the third baseman's glove. Chase down at short. Throw to first is not going to be in time. And a run is going to come in on the infield single by Weirman.
Yeah, Weirman had a couple tip-offs, but finally able to get nice contact. Gets a man home, and Natick closing in on this 4-0 lead, now making it 4-2 with a man on third and a man on first. See what they're able to do here. Only with 1 out, Jesse. I mean, for Brookline, the coach is coming over, going to talk to Eli. Hopefully give him a little confidence booster.
Yeah, definitely got to at least settle things down as things starting to get away from Hoffman here. A tough inning, and we talked about it. You know, when you're playing defense, this is the burden you bear. You know, you can have some really good innings, but then, you know, it just takes a couple bad breaks because remember, this whole thing started with a tricky bounce leading to a fielding error, you know, and then a walk, and then 2 batters later you get a single, drives in the player who only reached on an error. I mean, it would have been 2 outs and a runner at first if not for that error when Jacques came up to bat, and it wouldn't have been an RBI single. Would have been a very different situation. But that just shows what a difference, you know, one play can make. As the first pitch here to Doucette is low for ball 1. Like you said, Nico, runners at the corners, which could mean a very high chance of a steal from Weirman. So far not taking off, as that one going to miss outside ball 2.
Yeah, and Hoffman having a good eye, and Weirman not letting anything happen here, but a man on third and a man on first. This could be dangerous here for Brookline.
Hits a grounder. This could be a double play. DePaulo to Bollinger, and that's all they can get. They do get a second out, but Natick gets a third run in on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, 4-3 here. Brookline, if you're Eli Hoffman as a pitcher here, you got to close this inning out. Can't let anything happen here. Only got a man on first right now, but 4-3, this lead's closing in.
Natick has cut this one quite close. Runner taking off for second, and that's going to be a low ball, and Hom juggled the ball on the exchange, and it's an easy steal for Jack Doucette as he moves into scoring position for the batter, Henry Kinchla. Want to know the count? That one hits the zone, strike 1. Two down, runner at second. That one curves in, strike 2. Eli Hoffman's been working that high breaking ball for a number of sneaky strikes so far today.
Yeah, and good there for Hoffman. Two strikes right here. Let's see if he's able to finish it.
Takes a beat off the rubber to reset. That one comes in low, ball 2.
Yeah, tried to go full power there, just trying to get a strikeout there, but not able to get a 2-2 count here for Eli Hoffman.
And did he get a piece of it? No, he didn't, but it's strike 3, and it got away from Hom. And so the inning will continue as Kinchla is going to reach on a dropped third strike.
Oh, right there for Brookline. That was their break right there, but inning will continue here. We said again, got another man on third and a man on first here. 2 outs, though. See if Brookline able to just close it out right here. 4-3 for Brookline still.
Yeah, but boy, that's got to be so frustrating if you're a pitcher. You get the third out, you get the strikeout, but then it ultimately does not count. Kinchla wasting no time, taking off for second, as now once again, runners at second and third. Here for the third baseman, number 16, Thurston Kiefer. That one low, ball 1. That one gonna miss inside, ball 2.
Yes, Brookline bullpen just trying to just trying to encourage him, keeping him out there, just trying to get him closing out this inning. There
and
we
gets
go.
a
Gets
big
one there.
swing and a miss there for strike 2. 2-2, the count to Kiefer. Hoffman trying to get out of the inning with the lead intact. Swing and tipped into the glove. Strike 3. And a tough inning for Brookline, but they still hold the lead, even if just by a run at the end of 3. The score, Brookline 4, Natick 3.
Yeah, I mean, Hoffman started off that inning not so great, but, you know, as a pitcher, you can't lose your confidence. And I think on that last at bat, he was just able to keep his composure, close out the inning. You know, he let 3 runs were let up that inning, but he was able to just keep his composure and get the inning over with. Now Brookline here, gotta help out your pitcher here. Only have a 1-score lead. Gotta get some runs here in the top of the 4th.
And they're going to be trying to get those runs against a new pitcher, number 17 on the mound for Natick. That is Cole Miselli coming to the hill, a righty taking over in place of the lefty starter Max Bonavire, who leaves the game having pitched 3 innings and given up 4 runs. If Natick doesn't ever at least tie this ball game, then Bonavire would be the pitcher on the hook for the loss. But a tight game here as we move into the 4th inning.
Yeah, now with a right-handed pitcher, you wonder here if the Brookline coaches are telling their team, if you get on first, look for those stolen bases, because it's harder for a right-handed pitcher to look on that left side behind him. See if Brookline's able to utilize that to their advantage the top of the 4th here.
And we're going to start right at the top of the order with the second baseman, number 14, Hugh Bollinger. And that one's low for ball 1. And yeah, Nico, you talked about the different knowledge and stuff like that, and it might be a big reason why they made this pitching change, you know, because they're about to hit that 3rd time through the order. We saw Waltham do something similar on Monday, I think. Or, no, we saw Brookline do something similar right as Rabiner was about to face the 3rd time through the order. They pulled him even though he was still shutting him out, because that extra knowledge for the hitters can be a little intimidating.
Yeah, Bollinger last time he was up at bat, got on first, and then stole a base, actually got out to second. Hopefully he's able to replicate something like that. Just get on first here.
He's got a 2-0 count to start. That one gonna hit the zone for strike 1. That one low for ball 3, and you could see the catcher was hoping for a strike call on that one, but did not get it. A 3-1 count for Bollinger here.
Patience is key here.
And the patience does not pay off there. That Bollinger thought he had ball 4, but in fact the ump calls strike 2.
Yeah, happened with Natick in the other inning. Both thought he got the walk, but Bollinger gonna have to come back here.
Swing and a miss, and Bollinger goes down on strikes. A big reversal of fortune, going from a walk to a strikeout there.
Well, not just fortune, also, Jesse, but you got to think of the mentality. You think, all right, I got out of here, I'm going to go to first, but then I have to go right back up. It's a little kind of emotional and mental shift kind of challenge there that Bollinger had to face there, and I just don't think he was really prepared for that extra hit at bat.
First pitch now to Elias Brendel is in the zone for strike 1. Brendel so far today is 0 for 0 with a pair of walks. Gets a piece of that one. And he's quickly down 0-2. Or is he? Did they call that first one a ball? The scoreboard is showing 1-1. So maybe I got that one wrong.
I thought that was 0-2 count, but
That's what I thought. Maybe the scoreboard's wrong. I mean, we'll see. As swings and that was strike 3. Brendel was confused too. See, Brendel didn't know that was a 2-strike count. He also thought it was 1-1. And boy, you talk about home field advantage when the batter gets fooled by the scoreboard. That's a new one.
I mean, 2 batters in a row forced to a little mental challenge. I mean, he thought 0-2 count, but
yeah,
I don't know.
he thought he had a 1-1 count.
Sorry.
Yeah, because if he knew that was 0-2, he would have been taking off as soon as that ball popped out of the catcher's glove and try and make a play out of it. But instead, he just stood there, assuming that the count was 1-2.
I mean, you said it. Talk about home field advantage on your side.
Now this pitch low, it's a 1-1 count to Jimmy DiPaolo. DiPaolo 0 for 2 so far today. Trying to get something going here in the 4th, as Cole Maselli has gotten off to a strong start and off the second baseman's glove on a liner to right center by Jimmy DiPaolo. For now, I'm going to score that a single. That's one of those plays that I'll go back and check later tonight when I'm checking the team's official game changer score. But for now, DiPaolo on the bases, as up comes the catcher, number 8, Felix Hom.
Yeah, DiPaolo good there. Got a decent hit at the bat, just over the Natick center fielder.
Second baseman.
Second baseman.
First pitch to Hom, inside, ball 1. Hom searching for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2 so far with a flyout and a ground out. That one misses low and away, ball 2. Maselli taking a bit of a break off the mound and resetting. Runner at first, 2 down. That one low for ball 3.
Yeah, and Hom good there to be patient. And we were talking about it with the new right-handed pitcher, DiPaolo, doing well there, moving out. He's looking, trying to steal that second base. But, you know, good there from Hom, trying to be patient. Will push DiPaolo out to second if he's able to sustain out here for one more ball.
And that one right down Broadway, strike 1. Hom taking it all the way, maintaining the 3-1 count, maintaining the 3-ball count. And he rips one out to left, but right at the left fielder, and that is going to end the inning.
Yeah, we were talking about how this needed to be a strong inning for Brookline to bring that momentum back up. First 2 innings looked really well, but Brookline unable to get any runs in this top of the 4th. But this is good here for Natick here because, you know, you got the momentum. You just had 3 runs in your last inning. See if they're able to replicate that. They're only down 1, but here for Natick, they got some momentum here. Let's see if they're going to be able to utilize that to their advantage.
It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Natick. In the bottom of the 4th, Ciavaro, Doherty, and Gobeil.
Yeah, change of pitch in here, Jesse, as well.
Indeed, it looks like we're going to see
Sasho.
Yes, the 2025 debut of Sasho Esch as he takes over for Hoffman. Hoffman will not get a pitching decision in his first varsity career start, as he didn't pitch 4 innings as the starter, so even if Brookline holds on to this lead, he won't be able to be credited for the win. But let's take a look at Sasho Esch's stats from last year. He made 8 relief appearances last year, pitched 12 total innings, just over my personal 10-inning threshold for qualifying for a team lead in stats like ERA, which he did lead the team in with a strong 1.17 ERA. He also had a 1.67 whip and 12 strikeouts on the season in 2024, now making his first appearance of 2025.
Yeah, got to be strong here. Brookline defense looked pretty solid up until that 3rd inning, but, new pitcher here again. Kind of same with Natick here, having a right-handed pitcher. So Natick, hopefully their coaches are telling them, utilize that first base if you get out there to steal, get out to second.
What's also interesting is just how much the hitters have to adjust going from lefty to righty, because, the ball's coming at you from a completely different direction. Sorry about that, folks. One of Nico's notes just blew right out of his hands.
Never know with the weather out here.
Oh my gosh, the weather has been such a treat. We're standing here shivering, and the weather is messing with my audio equipment. It's a fun day out here in Natick, and it seems like it's only going to get colder. So that's a fun time. So leading off for Natick is the second baseman, number 4, Colby Ciavaro. Flew out to center back in the 2nd inning. Oh my. That pitch, something went wrong there.
Yeah, I mean, almost like the second pitch for Hoffman, just trying to get the nerves out.
That one flies right, though, in there for strike 1.
Yeah, the first couple of pitches, just trying to get the nerves out. First pitching for the season for Sasho Esch.
And that is strike number 2, another good pitch from Esch. 1-2, the count to Ciavaro. And tries to go for the low breaking ball, but Ciavaro does not bite on that one. Ball 2.
Good patience there for Ciavaro, not trying to chase the ball for anything. No need to.
And makes contact with this one. Slow roller to short. DePaulo picks it up. Throw is low, though, and it doesn't get there in time.
Yeah, DePaulo right there, throwing it right out to his first baseman. Oh!
Yeah, he didn't get there in time.
Oh, didn't get there in
time. The
time.
throw did not get there in time.
Oh, that's my mistake.
Yeah, no, his throw came in too slow. He, almost kind of like spiked it, as that was a kind of a slow bounce off the grass. As a wild pitch from Esch is going to allow Ciavaro to take second. And it's a sloppy start for Brookline to start this one here in the bottom of the 4th. here with the center fielder, Luke Doherty, at the plate.
Yeah, and Hom just going out trying to reassure Sasha Esch, just tell him calm down, cool down, you're good here, see what he's able to do here.
Okay, sorry about that. Doherty hits a hard grounder, chased down and blocked by DePaulo, but no chance to make a play as we got back-to-back singles to short for Natick to put 2 runners on to start the inning.
Yeah, DePaulo had that in his glove and just slipped out. He had to grab it again, but I don't, oh, there goes another one. Never know out here with the weather.
2 runners on, and up comes Cam Gobeil. Shows bunt, pulls away as that pitch almost flew away again. But Hom was ready for that one, and now Coach O'Connor coming out to talk to his reliever.
Yeah, not the best start, Jesse. I don't think that was the idea that Sasha had in mind, at least for his first start of the season. But, you know, 1-0 count here. Coach got to reassure him, let him know,
They're not reassuring him.
Oh,
They're
no.
pulling him. They're pulling him immediately. Boy, and you can see the frustration as Esch comes off the mound. Just, like you said, just a tough start, not at all what he was hoping to do. But the ball just wasn't listening to him. I don't know what it was, because, you know, anyone who's watched him pitch knows that, you know, he can throw better than that. So just a rough outing for him, and so after 2 infield singles, he is going to be replaced on the mound by the older Hoffman brother, Owen Hoffman. So we'll put his stats on the board. Interesting to see him coming on in relief, as he is the one returning main starter from last year for Brookline, as it was him and Charlie Engelman and Nico Hart, the 3 main starting pitchers for Brookline, and now Hoffman coming in out of the bullpen for this one. I think he actually, one of his 3 relief appearances last year was here here at Natick last year, and he did end up getting the win in that one of his 3 wins. As you can see, his stats from last year up on your screen. 9 total pitching appearances, 6 of them starts, a 3-3 win-loss record, 35 innings pitched, a 3.00 ERA, a team best 1.37 WHIP, and 26 total strikeouts.
Yeah, you know, just kind of touching back on that, I think honestly from a coach's perspective, Brookline last couple innings haven't been great, and I think trying to just close out this game, you have the 1 lead, but zero out so far. You got a man on first and a man on third here. I think honestly, Jesse, I think that might have been the smarter decision. Get your veteran guy out there and see if he's able to close this out for Brookline.
Just one point of clarification. It's first and second. You got confused because the guy on second was down at third talking to the third base coach while the relief pitcher warmed up.
Ah, good eye there.
Easy mistake. Some kind fans here bringing us some cups of hot chocolate.
Nice to just hold in your hand, Jesse.
Yeah.
Especially for you, no gloves.
Yeah, I gotta work that mouse pad. Shows bunt, pulls back, and that's gonna be ball 2. Gobeil has shown bunt twice and instead gotten 2 high balls. 2-0 the count. 2 runners on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Shows bunt, lays it down. Hoffman picks it up. Nobody's covering first. And they just barely get him as Bollinger came over to cover. The first baseman, Eli Hoffman, kind of extended there in the chase, but Hugh Bollinger with a strong backup job as Owen Hoffman was looking around at which base to go, and he almost had nowhere to go.
Yeah, but good assist teammate there from Bollinger, as you said, coming in to cover that first base.
So that is one out, but runners now at second and third, and a runner from third is coming in to tie the game on a wild pitch.
Yeah, and after 4-0 lead for Brookline, that is now mitigated fully. Game's tied up at 4 at the bottom of the fourth.
Boy, I'm getting some deja vu to last year's game as Brookline takes the early lead and then surrenders said early lead once again, as that pitch is also going to miss, I believe, for ball 2 to Braden Homer at the plate. This pitch is lifted into shallow right center. Brendel coming in, tracking it with the wind, catches, throws for home. Not in time, and Natick takes the lead on the sac fly.
Yeah, wasn't able to get there to Hom in time, trying to get the double play there, but got the first out there, which is nice. 2 outs here. Natick does now have the lead, Jesse. We were talking about this, honestly, at the start, about Brookline just being able to contain that lead, and now they're down, bottom of the fourth.
And now at the plate is Alex Jacques, the catcher, as he takes strike 1, 2 down, and the base is empty. And this one grounded over to Hoffman, picked up, thrown to first, and that will end the inning on a simple 1-3 ground out, but Natick completes their comeback and takes the lead 5-4 at the end of 4.
Yeah, I mean, Hoffman to end the fourth, but, you know, wasn't great from Brookline, and Natick just able to get that lead. And now we were talking, this Brookline offensive crew here really needs to get some runs on the board here. They got a couple in the first 2, but Brookline really got to get something here.
And it'll be the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Mazzara, Owen Hoffman, and Eli Hoffman, coming to the plate to face off against Misselli, who took over last inning and has been strong out of the bullpen so far. But during this break between the 4th and 5th inning, I'd like to take a moment to once again thank our sponsor, Esch Dental. Do you have a tooth that's been worked on once, twice, 3 times, and it's still giving you problems? Have you been told it's time to give up the fight on that tooth and have it extracted? Hey, it happens to a lot of us. Dr. Esch performs a multitude of procedures to get that infected tooth out and an implant in. All of Dr. Esch's implants are digitally guided, which means the surgery takes place on a digital model of your jaw even before your appointment. Digital implant placement is the safest, fastest, most predictable way to turn that problem tooth into a fixed and beautiful solution. Once again, check out the information on Esch Dental, phone number and website link down in the description section down below. And thank you again to Esch Dental for sponsoring all of our Brookline High baseball broadcasts this spring. So coming to the plate first for Brookline here on the top of the 5th, the third baseman, number 23, Jonathan Mazzara. Mazzara, his last time up, grounded out to third. And before that, drew a walk and scored Brookline's first run. First pitch, and he lifts it out to left, and it bounces, blocked briefly by the left fielder, but he lost sight of it, tracks it down in time to hold Mazzara to a single, but Brookline's got a runner on to start the inning.
Yeah, I believe that was Kinchla in the left outfield. Almost lost sight of it, was looking around trying to find it, but good there from Mazzara, able to get out to first, and as we said with the right-handed pitcher, maybe Mazzara here trying to steal, get out to second.
Now at the plate for Brookline. Now the pitcher, number 15, Owen Hoffman. First pitch drops low, ball 1. Hoffman, so far today, he's reached base and scored twice. Reached on a walk and on an E3, and this time he's going for a bunt up the first base side. Pitcher juggles it, pitcher couldn't pick it up! Owen Hoffman reaches base again, hustling down the first base line, and again taking advantage of a dropped ball in the infield. As this time I think they're going to score that one as an E1, as now they come out to talk to the pitcher here. I mean, they might score it as an E1. They also might score it as a single. That was a very well-placed first baseline bunt by Owen Hoffman. And the pitcher was trying to, like, flip it with his glove. He's trying to do that tricky stuff where it's like you scoop it and flip it all in one motion off the grass, and the ball just wasn't cooperating.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again, we were talking about it pregame, but just the difference of being on grass and the different levels that this grass is on. I don't know, maybe he missed it with the grass, but that grass is definitely a factor about just trying to pick the ball up from the ground. You never know where it's going to go, but good there from Hoffman, able to get out to first. Brookline got a man on first and second, no outs here, so looking pretty good starting at the top of the 5th here for Brookline.
A good start, but they still got to finish if they want to get runs on the board. Now coming up, the first baseman, number 18, Eli Hoffman. First pitch, high and in, ball 1. Eli Hoffman 0 for 1 today with a ground out and a hit by pitch. And he skies this one to right center. Outfielder able to track it. And that's going to be an out and not deep enough for a tag-up play. The runners are going to hold, and that'll be out number 1.
Yeah, good there from Doherty, just coming in right center field, able to pick that up, get Natick's first out, just trying to maintain this lead here. I mean, up 1, top of the 5th, you know, pretty good here from Natick, just trying to maintain this lead, and their outfield defense is looking pretty solid right now.
Now coming up for Brookline, the designated hitter, and Brookline's best hitter so far today, number 24, Lincoln Hafner. He's 1 for 1 with a double, a sac fly, and 2 RBI. First pitch, high and in, ball 1. Could Lincoln Hafner, in his varsity debut, possibly come through with another big swing here with his team down 1 and 2 runners on?
I mean, you never know. I mean, he's having a day for himself here. I mean, he's the guy you want to see at bat right now.
Slices that one foul, strike 1.
One count here for Hafner.
Yep. 1-1. Hoffman at first, Mazzara at second. 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Hoffman just sneaking closer and closer towards second.
Big swing and a miss as the fastball goes by him. Strike 2.
Yeah, Hafner wanted that. Hafner wanted that.
Now, with his back against the wall, a 1-2 count. And watches that one come in low, ball 2. 2-2 the count, as another tight situation in what's been a tight game all day. Really, 2-2 with 2 men on and 1 out. Well, a close one there, but Hafner watches for ball 3.
Yeah, full count here. Got 2 men on bases. This is one of the key moments. I know we're not in the final inning, but nearing that. So this is pretty important for Brookline. Down 1, just trying to get something back here.
Payoff pitch upcoming. And he hits one, a bouncer up the middle, off the bag and into center field. Mazzara rounds third, heading to the plate. Hoffman got tagged. Did they get to the plate in time? Oh, it was the second out. It doesn't matter. Lincoln Hafner, again the hero, the game-tying RBI single.
What a play. Facing adversity there. Full count. Man on first, man on second. Drills it and hits second plate. Right there, just bounced off it, allowing it. And Hoffman not able to get back, but still got a run. Game's tied at 5 again.
A heads-up play by Luke Doherty to catch Hoffman cheating off second there, as Mazzara does come in to score. I was panicking for a second because if there were 2 outs in that scenario, it would have been a question of, did Mazzara get to the plate before Hoffman was tagged? And that would have been a crazy call for the officials to make. But that's not the case because I just didn't, I forgot what the out count was. So Hoffman out at second, Hafner to first with an RBI single, Mazzara in to score, and we're all tied at 5. As that one comes in high for ball 1, the right fielder, number 5, Devin Chin, at the plate, now facing a 1-1 count with 2 down, and Hafner at first. And the inning and the 2 team scores all lined up at 5 each. And number 5 is also at the plate, because of course. And a brief look at first by Miceli, just trying to keep the runner honest.
Yeah, being a right-handed pitcher, Miceli's doing a good job watching that. Hoffman just still trying to sneak out.
That pitch comes in high for ball 2. You know, it's interesting. Chin showed bunt but pulled back on the first pitch he saw. You wonder if Miceli is thinking about that when throwing these higher balls.
All about trying to get into the pitcher's head, though, you know. Chin's doing a good job at it, though. 2-2 count here.
3-1 uncount,
3-1.
actually. As there were 2 balls that missed high, and then that one missed, I think, just a bit outside. 3-1, a hitter's count to Chin here. And he takes ball 4. Devin Chin with good patience to draw the 2-out walk and keep the inning going for Brookline as we cycle back to the top of the order. And now coming to the plate is Hugh Bollinger with 2 runners on and 2 out. A base hit to the outfield could give Brookline back the lead potentially. Bollinger got an RBI infield single his last time up. And that one skips away from the catcher, and the runners are taking off. Now 2 in scoring position as both Hafner and Chin advance on the wild pitch.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Monday how big of an inning the 5th was for them, and 2 slow innings before this 5th, but Brookline looking really well here. Got a man on 3rd and 2nd, already got 1 run. 2 outs, though. Got to be wary about that.
A 1-0 count to Bollinger. And with the runners running on contact, a base hit would give Brookline the lead. That one going to be in there for strike 1. But that's the thing, it has to be a hit. You know, a sac fly or a sac grounder would not do it with 2 outs, and a walk would just load the bases. That one is another wild pitch. Hafner coming to the plate, and Brookline has the lead once again.
And what a day for Hafner. I mean, he's cruising every time he's up at bat. And you hear the MVP chant from the Brookline bench. But he's playing out of his mind for his debut today. And still got Chin on 3rd.
2 for 2 with a sac fly, a double, A run scored and 3 RBI for Lincoln Hafner in his varsity debut. And a 2-1 count to Bollinger with Chin at third. That one inside for ball 3. And that one is going to miss for ball 4. Chin thought about taking off, but it just didn't bounce far enough. But Misselli is starting to struggle with his control here.
Yeah, you wonder, two factors. One, he's getting a lot of pitches this inning, but two, the weather's dropping. And I know, Jesse, for us just standing here, the weather, we definitely can feel it. And you can see now, coach is coming out to go talk to him.
Yeah, and they might, with a situation like this, I mean, part of it, you wonder if any potential relievers have had time to warm up, or if they might do like what Brookline did, because Brookline just pulled Owen Hoffman out of center field to take over for Sasho Esch last inning. And by the way,
looks
now,
like it.
Yes, they are going to switch in
SB
number 16, Thurston Kiefer. So Kiefer taking over on the mound. Not sure what they're doing for the rest of the positions, but for now we can at least say that Kiefer takes over.
Switching in.
So he takes over for Misselli. And so here's where things stand in terms of pitching results, which is that currently Misselli would be the pitcher on credit for the loss, having given up the go-ahead run to Brookline. If the lead holds, Owen Hoffman would be the pitcher on credit for the win, even if he doesn't come back on the mound next inning, because he's still the pitcher on credit currently as Brookline takes the lead. All this assuming that Natick doesn't tie the game, which is a very real possibility since it's just a one-run ball game. And we've got no decisions for both starters, for both Hoffman and Bonavire. And now a no decision for Esch as well, which is quite lucky because he was very close to being the losing pitcher after facing just 2 hitters, because those 2 runs that came in were both credited to him. And, we've seen a bunch of players running around and hopping around trying to stay warm here on this very chilly Wednesday evening here, as this game is not just been cold. It's not been a fast game. This game is we're in the 5th inning now, and we've been going for about 2 hours. So a pretty long going game at this point as well. And we'll see how much longer it goes. Brookline's still on offense here, as stepping to the plate, the center fielder, number 9, Elias Brendel. Runners at the corners with 2 down. First pitch in the zone for strike 1.
Quite the powerful pitch there,
Kiefer coming out throwing heat to start this relief outing.
Yeah, we've seen for most of the pitchers coming in today, first couple of balls a little shaky, but he's looking good.
As he gets strike 2 on the foul ball there. And that's such a good observation, Nico, because at this high school level, it's so common, like you said, for relievers to come in and just be shaky. And for a reliever to come in, especially in a tight situation like this, and just come out throwing heat is so big. Bollinger taking off as that one misses to the outside. Bollinger will take second unopposed. And it'll be 2 in scoring position now with a 1-2 count to Brendel.
Yeah, that's Bollinger's second stolen base of the game. Got a specialty for that.
And that's going to be a high ball, too. As that fastball got away from him a little bit. Now a 2-2 count to Brendel with 2 in scoring position. Brookline leading by 1. gets a piece of it and fouls it off to stay alive.
I mean, we were talking the first couple of balls from Kiefer, pretty nice, but last two been a little out of control.
Ooh, that one catches the corner for strike 3. Good placement by Kiefer to get out of the jam. But Brookline, thanks to some clutch plays from a number of players, but especially from Lincoln Hafner, take back the lead going into the bottom of the 5th, 6-5.
Yeah, I mean, Brookline pitching, looking, ooh, lost another paper. Just can't even get something on this day.
Next time you might want to write that stuff down on your phone instead.
Yeah.
Because that's not blowing out of your hand as easily. But oh my goodness. Owen Hoffman returning to the hill for another inning of relief work. Took over in the 4th inning. Allowed 2 inherited runners to score. But hoping he can, with the first inning under his belt, maybe he can settle in and take care of business with no runs coming in here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, hopefully for Hoffman here, as you said, having a little time to warm up those pitches here. But, got to be confident here. You're the veteran presence for this Brookline squad, and closing out this game for him, he's got to be solid. Can't allow anything. Brookline only have a one-run lead against Natick, up 6-5. But, if he's able to contain this, not allow anything, I think it's going to go well for Brookline here. But especially for Natick, don't force anything. I mean, you're only down 1. There's no need to overswing on some of these balls that you might get received. But I think for Natick here, this is a great opportunity to try and get a lead here. Yep. Bottom of the 5th.
And one important thing, Hoffman, not really a big strikeout pitcher. We saw his younger brother pitching earlier this game, and he was getting 2 strikeouts an inning. Hoffman known more for drawing weak contact from opposing hitters. And so it's going to be a lot of pressure on the fielders to also step up and make plays here as we start the bottom of the 5th with Jack Weirman stepping to the plate and fouling off the first pitch for strike 1.
Yeah, it's a good piece of information there for Hoffman, just knowing that doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, but so this Brookline defense going to really have to step up for him, be that kind of backbone for him.
That one skips away. Ball 1. One and one the count to Weirman here. Nice breaking ball there. It's funny, when I saw Eli Hoffman dropping those breaking balls right into the zone, I was like, that kind of reminds me of his brother. And now we see the older brother doing the same thing. And goes for the fastball that time, but just low. A good framing attempt by Felix Hom, but he wasn't fooling the ump.
Yeah, 2-2 count here.
Whoa.
Ooh, high ball. Little out of control there.
That one, we've seen a few pitchers have some trouble. I wonder if it is the cold, if grip strength isn't as strong, because the fingers are like the last place your blood goes to, as that's a hard grounder through the left gap into left field for a leadoff single for Weirman. But going back to the point I was making, that's just basic human anatomy, that your fingers and your toes are the last place, because it's the furthest spot away from your heart, which pumps out your blood. And so those are the places that start getting cold first. And when your fingers get cold, you can't flex them as easily. And so it can really affect your grip as a pitcher. As this one is rocketed out to left. And, it's dropped. Kaufman almost had the sliding grab, But instead, that's either going to be a single or an E7. That's one I'm going to have to go back and see what they score. Given how much that was going to be like a shoestring catch if he made it, my guess is they'll probably just give the base hit to do set on that one. But either way, a tough turn of events for Brookline as bunt is shown and pulled back for strike one by Kinchla, as he's thinking of advancing the runners and getting the potential tying run to third, where the sack bunt is what looks like the plan is here. And Hoffman turns around to check on the runner at second, keep him honest. Shows bunt, lays it down, picked up by Hoffman, but he juggled it, and they can't get the play at third. They can't get the play anywhere.
Happened twice now. A bunt has happened, and the pitcher just having struggled, just being able to collect the ball and get it out to first.
And so Natick loads the bases with no outs. This is as bad as a jam as you can be in baseball. And to be in it in such a tight contest is going to be a real challenge for Hoffman.
Also adding on no outs.
Yeah.
No outs for Natick so far, so you can be a little risky here if you're...
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Bases loaded and no outs is the toughest jam you can be in baseball. This one is lifted. It's going to be caught, but this will be a sac fly to tie the game as Brendel catches it, rifles it for home, and oh, it was close, but he couldn't collect the bounce. And all the runners are going to advance on the throw there as Natick does tie it up on the sac fly. Brendel gave it a try on the throw, but no dice there as Weirman scores the tying run. And now with one out, the go-ahead run is at third with an additional runner at second. As now coming up is Colby Ciavaro.
Yeah, as you said, just kind of little gutsy play, but it just was a little too close for Hammond. Just wasn't able to get there, and the run was able to get in. Now tied up all 6-all.
This one sliced foul and out of play.
Oh, no.
Ooh, you could hear that one. Sometimes when you go to the ballpark, you end up playing everybody's favorite game show. Oh, no, where did I park?
Oh, especially with these high school fields, not a lot of fencing. Being able to block off those tipped balls.
That one misses low and away, ball one. To I think his name is actually pronounced Chavarro. I think I've been pronouncing it wrong. And that one blocked well by Hom, as that was close to being a wild pitch. Instead, it'll simply be ball two. 2-1 the count. And Hom's job so important with runner at third. We've seen runners come in for both teams on wild pitches. Catching is such a tough job. And right as I say it, the ball gets away. Hom trying to chase it down, throw to the plate. He slides under the tag, and Natick will take the lead.
Oh, Hoffman almost there. Able to replace Hom in his position almost, but Natick able to retake their lead. And just kind of adding on to it, as you were saying, we're kind of like what in Hom's position right now. We're kind of just standing there. Your glove, it's not all your hand, but that glove gets a little cold, harder to catch some of those balls, and it just fell out of that glove. He just wasn't able to get there.
And that is going to be ball four. Chavarro gets the free pass down to first. And a tough inning keeps getting tougher as we cycle back to the top of the Natick order with Luke Doherty. First pitch low for ball one, and Hoffman has got to settle down and regain control of his pitches. You know, if the opponent gets the bat on the ball, that's fine, that happens, but you can't be giving them free stuff. as this bouncer goes off Hoffman's glove, and another infield single is going to bring in another run for Natick.
Just slips through his glove and just not able to get there. Natick now has a man on first and second. You can just see Hoffman just talking to him. He's like, come on. He's just got to focus, calm down. You got one out already. He's just got to focus up here. He's the veteran presence here. He knows what he has to do.
First pitch to Cam Gobeil hangs high for ball one. And with one out, you know, a ground ball to the right spot could give Brookline a double play to kind of stem the bleeding here, but infield's got to execute. And this one is launched to the outfield anyhow, and it's deep out to left field in foul territory. And so it'll simply be strike one. One and one, the count to Gobeil. One out, runners at first and second. Natick leading Brookline 8-6 here in the bottom of the fifth of what has been a thrilling back and forth contest so far. And we got the sun peeking through the clouds now, warming us up a tiny bit as we got a grounder through the left gap, and a runner's going to round third, head for the plate. The throw is going to be cut off, and we've got another run in for the Red Hawks. An RBI single for Cam Gobeil.
I mean, this is what you want to see here if you're Natick. I mean, they started the game a little slow, down 4, but they just never gave up. Now they're up 3, still only one out. Got a man on first and second still. This is looking ugly for Brookline. They just gotta control this. They gotta get out of this inning.
Now batting is Braden Homer, as that pitch gonna miss high and away, ball one. And Brookline going to have some more action going in the bullpen, as they might bring out their fourth pitcher of the game, as that one misses high for ball two. And what happens when you have a game like this where you have to go through so many pitchers is that the impact of that cascades forward into other games, because Brookline is going to be playing again on Friday, just 2 days from now. And so all the guys that you've put on the mound today, I mean, you know, maybe you could bring back Sasho Esch. You only faced a couple of batters, but, you know, both Hoffman brothers going to be unavailable with the number of pitches they've thrown. You know, if they bring someone in for Owen Hoffman here and he pitches the next few innings, he's going to be unavailable on Friday. It can just, like I said, the impact just spreads forward.
And the problem is, you know, we touched on it a little bit earlier, is these innings have been very, very slow. I mean, we've been in the fifth for at least 20 minutes, and especially for these pitchers, like, you're going to have another one coming in, but if this keeps on being slow, as you said, it has a rippling effect on the next few games.
And it's a 4-pitch walk to Braden Homer as the tough times continue for Brookline, as now the bases loaded for Natick, as up comes the catcher Alex Jacques. And they're sticking with Hoffman for the time being, trying to give a potential reliever a chance to warm up a little bit. And that pitch is also going to miss, ball one.
Yeah, Hoffman just trying to stay in control of these pitches. Weather and the cold out here just not helping him at all whatsoever.
And that one stays in the zone. Strike one.
Looks like the warming up reliever is number 28, Q Miller. Possible change after the end of this fifth.
This one sliced up in the air, and it's going to go out of play. No chance for Mazzara to chase that one down. It'll be strike two. And with the bases loaded, a strikeout could be big to get a second out without moving the runners. Ooh, that is the exact opposite of what he wanted. A bases loaded hit by pitch when you had 2 strikes. That's just tough. And now Natick has 10, and we've actually got the exact same score in reverse of what we had when these two teams played here last year. Brookline winning a back-and-forth contest 10-6 last year, and this is now going to be the end of the day for Owen Hoffman as Gagliari will run once again for Gagliardi, excuse me, will be running once again for Jacques as number 28 Hugh Miller will be making his varsity debut on the hill.
Yeah, and you can see he's just trying to warm up that ball.
And boy, what a roller coaster it's been today. You know, it feels like I was just talking earlier about how Owen Hoffman could potentially be the pitcher on credit for the win, even if he didn't come back this inning. And then he does come back this inning, and things went sideways really fast. And it looks like Hoffman is going to be sent to the outfield in place of Max Kaufman.
Yeah, and, you know, still only, talk about the longevity of an inning, still only 1 out here for Natick. I mean, they're just going to try and pour it on here. Miller's going to have to do a good job here, just trying to close out this inning, not letting anything else happen.
Well, I'll tell you what's so interesting about this situation is Miller could literally get out of this situation in 1 pitch if he gets lucky. Like if he gets a ground ball, to the infield, particularly to one of the middle infielders, get a 6-4-3 or a 4-6-3 or something, then he could end it conceivably in 1 pitch. But at the same time, like you said, it's just 1 out. This could get out of control I mean, we say it could get, it's already out of control. They've allowed 5 runs in this inning, and they've now batted around as the inning's leadoff hitter, Jack Weirman, is coming back to the plate. He led off this inning with a single, then advanced when Doucette reached when that almost big catch in left was dropped, then advanced again when Kinchla's attempted sac bunt turned into everybody reaching safe to load the bases, and then he came in to score on the sac fly by Kiefer. And that got the scoring started, and since then it's just been a downpour here in the bottom of the 5th from the Red Hawks offense. And now back to the plate once again is the right fielder, number 5, Jack Weirman. And he hits a bouncer, and it's chased down by DePaulo, but nowhere to go. Too deep of a grounder, and it's an RBI infield single for Jack Weirman. His second base hit of the inning, and Natick now has 11.
Yeah, Brookline, lucky, got to be thankful of Jimmy DePaula being able to get there because nobody was out in that left side of the field. That could have been ugly. Maybe another run could have gone through, but DePaula right there with his glove.
This pitch in the dirt, but blocked by Hom for ball 1 as Doucette now at the plate. And he tips that one for strike 1. And that one fouled off as well for strike 2. Bases juiced, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Natick has gone from trailing by 1 to leading by 5 in 1 inning. And the inning's not over yet. And a swing and a miss, but it's dropped. But he doesn't get a chance. And Yeah, no, there was a bit of confusion, but there's a rule about this, folks. If the third strike is dropped, you are allowed to run to second or run to first, unless there is a runner on. You know, you can't try and you can't try and go to first. And it's funny because some of the Brookline players were yelling for Hom to try and throw back to first to try and get Weirman, because Weirman was taking off because Doucette was taking off, because they assumed that he could take off with the dropped third strike, but that's not the case. Now at the plate, taking an outside ball one, is Thomas Kinchla. Kinchla had that attempted sac bunt that allowed everyone to reach safe when it was juggled by the pitcher. Now takes strike one here. Base is still loaded, but 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Miller trying to put an end to this nightmare of an inning for Brookline. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, Miller, strong start here for Brookline. This is Jesse, honestly, what they've needed. They just got to close out this inning.
Swing and a miss, and Miller does get back-to-back strikeouts to finally put an end to the 5th. Our score at the end of 5, we've seen both teams take the lead in the top and bottom half of this inning, but Natick firmly in possession of the lead now. At the end of 5, the score, Natick 11, Brookline 6.
Yeah, this is really where, if you're Brookline here, you see in the coach's huddle, you just got to tell your players, we got to go all out here. We're down 5, top of the 6th. They got to get a couple runs here at least to make this game in reason.
It'll be the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for Brookline: DePaulo, Hom, and Mazzara. Kiefer coming back out on the mound for another inning of work for Natick after he took over for Misselli back in the top of the 5th and got a strikeout. So he's pitched just a third of an inning so far. But again, both teams going deep into their pitching reserves for this one. 7 combined pitchers between these two teams. Brookline's on their 4th with Miller. Kiefer is the 3rd pitcher for Natick. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, this game has been a marathon. It's a lucky thing we've got lights here at Mahan Field, because with the limited sun on this overcast day, and how late into the evening this game is persisting, you know, we might need the lights out here.
Yeah, I mean, touching just back on what you said about the pitching, you know, if Brookline's able to kind of have a little longevity inning here, maybe, you wonder if maybe Natick switches out, gets what we've been saying, the 8th pitcher of the combined teams, but
Yep.
Natick here up 5 still, just looking to close out this game, sustain their 5-run lead.
First pitch to Jimmy DePaulo, curves into the zone for strike 1. And tips that one, strike 2.
Talking about it though, nothing safe about a 0-2 count here for a pitcher.
It's safe and sound now with strike 3 as DePaulo goes down on 3 strikes.
Yeah, not the start you want here for Brookline. 0 for 3 there, but, you know, Natick just looking, the hopes are just even higher here. 5-run lead, already 1 out.
First pitch to Felix Hom, skips in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 the count, as I'm pretty sure Hom is still looking to reach first for the first time today, as he takes strike 1 there.
Yeah, We were talking about Hahn last season had a hot start and kind of cooled down, and Monday had a hot start, but today's kind of cooled down. See if he can be that factor toward the end of this game that they need.
Fouls off that one for strike 2. Checks his swing there for a high ball 2.
Yeah, 2-2's the count here. This is big here for Brookline.
That one curves into the high corner for strike 3. Same kind of pitch that we saw Eli Hoffman doing so much to get strikeouts in the earlier innings, and now Kiefer with back-to-back Ks to start. We do have the lights on out here at Mahan Field as this game going late into the evening. And a big swing and a miss from Jonathan Mazzara. And you mentioned it a little earlier, Nico. Kiefer just able to pitch with confidence here with a 5-run lead. He can just throw strikes. Although, right as I say that, he misses there for ball 1.
Announcer jinx.
Yeah, I guess so. 1-1, the count to Mazzara. He's had a pretty good day at the plate today, but, you know, all the good Brookline has done in offense, but they've allowed 11 runs as Mazzara hits a bouncer to second, fielded cleanly and thrown to first. And Brookline goes down in order here in the top of the 6th. And Brookline is now down to their final 3 outs, and they still are going to have to get out of the bottom half of the inning. But real quick, folks, I just want to warn you, the camera's going to go black for a second. I have to switch out the camera battery. We've been going so long, my battery is down to its last bar of life, so I'm going to switch it out for my backup. So it's going to go black, but don't worry, it's coming back. Okay. What is happening? Crooked. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. Just had to switch out the battery, but we're all good now. Q Miller back on the mound as the pitcher Thurston Kiefer will be leading things off here in the bottom of the 6th for Natick, as it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters here. First pitch hits a high bouncer foul.
Yeah, just not able to get great contact on there for Kiefer, but he was right there. 0-1 count here for Miller.
That one dangerously inside. It'll simply be ball 1, but almost gave him a free pass there. No, they call that a strike? Okay, no. Scoreboard confusing us again.
They're tricking us, Jesse.
That one low, ball 2. You could see Hom trying to frame the pitch again, make it look like a strike, but again, umpire not falling for it. Fouls that one off his leg, strike 2.
Yeah, Kiefer just not able to get solid contact yet. 2-2 count here if he's able to get a run on first, this is just looking ugly for Brookline.
Fouls that one off to stay alive at 2-2.
Yeah, just able to get contact, as you just said. Just being able to keep this Natick alive for the 0 outs right now. But Kiefer stepping up, 2-2 count.
And this time it's in fair territory up the third base line. Picked up, Mazzara throw sails out. And Kiefer's going to try and advance it. Chin picks it up, throws down to second, and his throw kind of off the mark. Bad traffic for the Brookline fielders. You could see both attempted throws had a teammate right near them that kind of interfered with the throw. That might go down as a single. They might, scorekeeper might determine that that Kiefer was going to make it either way. But definitely an error in terms of him getting to second base, as Natick leads off by getting a runner into scoring position on some defensive mistakes, and the runner goes right to third on another defensive mistake on a wild pitch.
Mistakes, but really just nothing in these later innings going Brookline's way. I mean, there's been some missed catches from Hom, and just the defensive coordinacy and the passes that they've had to bases just haven't been going Brookline's way, which has just been killing them even more. Down 5, bottom of the 6th.
Colby Chavarro fouls that right towards us, but curves a bit. I was starting to put my hands up. I'm like, I don't care if I break a finger. Save the equipment.
Wonder, though, if the medical bills would be more expensive.
I have insurance.
Hey.
Don't worry. We're in Massachusetts. We as far as America goes, we do healthcare pretty well in this state, relatively speaking. 1-2, the count to Colby Chavarro. As that one misses away, ball 2. And lifts this one out to center. Brendel is tracking it, and he's got it. Runner tags and heads for the plate. And a sac fly from Colby Chavarro drives in run number 12 for the Redhawks.
And just not getting any better for Brookline, especially, Jesse, the fact Brookline started off the game up 4-0, and they just they let off the gas. They took their foot off the gas, and Natick kept on pedaling. It's just hasn't been going Brookline's way toward the later half of these innings.
This one's bouncer over to second, fielded clean by Bollinger, thrown to first for out number 2. And Brookline needed a play like that badly. It feels like, almost every play has just been a struggle on the defensive side in one way or another. And every out's been so hard fought, and then finally you get a one-pitch ground out.
Just a little too late for Brookline, though, Jesse. Needed that earlier in the game.
Is that one
They're going to
foul? Yeah.
Foul.
For a second I was like, huh? Boy, when you hear a bunch of honking like that, you wonder if that's someone honking in celebration of the team or something. Because I'm like, there wasn't any cars in front of you, so I know you're not honking for that reason.
Yeah, it might be a
fan?
Fellow Natick Red Hawk. Never know. But driving in this town, most likely a Natick supporter.
For sure.
Classman.
2 foul balls, has an 0-2 count to Cam Gobeil. This one's a bouncer over to Mazzara at third. Throw is clean to first for out number 3. Natick able to put one more insurance run on the board. And they got plenty of insurance. It's funny, we were talking about health insurance. Natick's got all the insurance they could want right now, as they have doubled up Brookline's score 12-6 going into the 7th and final inning. And so for one last time during play, here between the 6th and 7th inning. I want to thank our sponsor, Esch Dental. Esch Dental in Coolidge Corner doesn't just focus on smile rehabilitation. Their real passion is smile preservation. If you are ready for a local, sophisticated, sole ownership dental office to take care of your 6-month cleanings, no need to look any further than Esch Dental. You can easily book online at eschdental.com. Once again, that's EASHDENTAL.com. And of course, you can see all the information for Esch Dental down in the description section down below, as well as information on the At Bat for Brookline Booster Club, as well as information about our local charity spotlight mentioned earlier, the Brookline Community Foundation.
And Jesse, Brookline's going to need nothing short of a miracle here, especially. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, your mic was sliding a bit away from your mouth there. Go on.
But Brookline, nothing short of a miracle needed here. If anything, they're going to happen. They need 7 runs to get a win, 6 to tie it up. But this has just been a kind of a letdown for Brookline in these later innings for them. As we said, starting off 4-0. But Hoffman here just trying to get something happen for Brookline.
It'll be the 6, 7, 8 hitters, the Hoffman brothers, Owen, then Eli, and then Lincoln Hafner coming up here in the 7th and final inning. First pitch, big swing and a miss from Owen Hoffman, strike 1. And like you said, Nico, it'd take a miraculous comeback, but not an impossible comeback, which is one thing I like about sports like, baseball, volleyball, tennis, what have you, the ones where there's no clock and because you have to get that last out or that last point or what have you in order to end the game. There's no point at which you can just run the clock out and the game is over in all but name.
Yeah, definitely. But again, just
powerful pitching from Thurston Kiefer as he strikes out Owen Hoffman to start the top of the 7th. 1 down.
Yeah, and Kiefer is just trying to end this game here for Natick. Had a solid performance coming in as their reliever, but again, just these powerful pitches, just killing Brookline.
Yep. Kiefer, in fact, the pitcher on credit for the win as he came on for Maselli with Natick trailing before Natick had that big 6-run 5th inning to explode to a huge lead. 0-2 the count now to Eli Hoffman here. He holds on that pitch for a low ball 1.
Yeah, good for Hoffman. Second pitch that came at Hoffman that he kind of just overextended, just trying to make something happen here, but good patience there for Eli Hoffman.
Swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts for Kiefer, and Natick is 1 out away from ending this one and handing Brookline their first loss. The last chance for Brookline to keep this going, at least, is the designated hitter, number 24, Lincoln Hafner, as big swing and a miss there for strike 1. I mean, regardless of how he does in this at bat, he's a big positive for Brookline to take away from this one, the day he's had at the plate.
I mean, definitely. He's having, especially for his varsity debut, this is just, can't ask for much more from a player on his debut, but it's going to be one of the only upsides that you can have if you're a Brookline coach or player here. But Kiefer just destroyed.
As Hafner skies one deep to left center, but the left fielder tracks it. It hung in the air for just a bit too long, and that is your ball game. The final score here at Mahan Field, the Natick High Redhawks 12, the Brookline High Warriors 6. A pretty solid offensive day for Brookline. I think plenty of positives you can take away for Brookline offensively, especially, like we said, Lincoln Hafner, but defensively, such a tough contrast with what they did on Monday. Just 1 run allowed on Monday, and then 12 allowed today. A lot of stuff they're going to have to work on.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. And as we were talking about the defense, it's just some of these slip ups happen with Miller and Hoffman both times, just not able to get the ball and allowing the run on first base. And especially just also kind of being a letdown for Brookline, starting off the game very strong in the first 2 innings, being up 4-0, and then ending up lose the game 12-6, sorry. And I mean, after that experience, after being up 4, you're only able to get 2 more runs on the board. It's kind of disappointing for Brookline fans and players.
Well, Brookline falls to 1-1 on the season with this one, but they will be back in action on Friday for their home opener on Friday, and I will be there for that one. Looking forward to that. But Nico, thank you so much for joining me here today as my color commentator. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Jesse. Always great being here with you.
All right, Nico Wise, our color commentator extraordinaire for this game. But that's going to do it for this one. One last thank you I want to give to our sponsor, Esch Dental. The team at Esch Dental understands dental anxiety. Some patients just need a friendly face to put them at ease. Others need the help of additional gases or medications to put them at ease. Dr. Esch and his team can help you wherever you are on the journey to find a solution to manage your dental anxiety. Call or book online at eschdental.com or call 617-566-0103. Once again, 617-566-0103 or go online to easchdental.com. You can see the nice Esch Dental logo there in the bottom middle of your screen, and you can also find information down in the description section down below, where you can also find information about the at-bat for Brookline Booster Club. If you would like to support the team monetarily, you can also find the information about our local charity Spotlight, the Brookline Community Foundation. And you can also find some links related to me that you can also see in the bottom right corner of your screen, my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions, requests, or comments you may have. And don't forget to follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Natick 12, Brookline 6. From Mahan Field in Natick, Massachusetts, alongside Nico Wise, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.